Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Iffa Auliaillah and I'm a college student. Here I'm gonna pass my assessment for English lesson, and in this presentation I would like to tell you about coronavirus and how they affect you. Okay, I'll begin this presentation by the meaning of coronavirus, then I'll move on to the history. Next, I'll go on to highlight what they mean for you, and finally, I'll briefly discuss how to prevent that virus. Okay, so we go on to the first point. Let me elaborate that coronavirus was a virus that attacks the respiratory system. This virus was first discovered in Wuhan, China in 2019, and it can affect all age groups. So because of its fast transmission and cure that has not yet been found at that time, this coronavirus has exploded into a pandemic in 2019. And according to the data released by the Task Force for the Acceleration of Handling COVID-19, they said the number of positive confirmed cases as of June 2022 was more than 6 billion people, and with only 150,000 deaths. This figure shows that the case fatality rate due to COVID-19 is around 2.6%. Even though the number of deaths from COVID-19 is relatively high, the recovery rate from COVID-19 has also continued to increase. The latest data states that the number of survivors of people infected with the coronavirus and recovered is more than 5 billion people. And in general, there are 3 general symptoms that can indicate someone is infected with the coronavirus. They are namely fever, that body temperature is above 38 degrees Celsius, and it can be a dry cough, hard to breathe. And there are several other symptoms that can also appear in coronavirus infection. Also, they are less common, namely diarrhea, headaches, congestion, loss of ability to taste, loss of ability to smell, and rash on the skin. And in several cases, coronavirus infection can cause the following complication also. It can be a pneumonia or lung infection and secondary infection in other organs, kind of failure, and it could be acute cardiac injury or acute respiratory distress syndrome, and it can be death for human. Now turning to our plans that for the future and expanding on the facts, what we really know is that after treatment is found, prevention against this virus is no less important, right? Okay, so here is the things that we can do to avoid the coronavirus attack our body. The first, as we know, we can do the vaccination that can improve our immunity. So if we got the coronavirus, the reservoir is less than before. And the next, we can apply physical distancing, namely maintaining 1 meter from other people. And in the pandemic era, we can leave the house, even it most important. And next, we must to wash our hands with water and soap, or we can use hand sanitizer. And we can increase our immunity system by living a healthy lifestyle, such as consuming nutrition food, exercising regularly, getting enough rest, and preventing stress. And the most important is avoid contact with sufferers of COVID-19, people who are suspect of being positively infected with the coronavirus. And we can cover our mouth and nose with a tissue when we cough or sneeze. Then throw the tissue in the trash. And we must keep the environment clean and the cleanliness of house, including objects that are often touched. So here, finally, I want to summarize that COVID-19 was a seriously deadly virus, but after the doctor found were vaccinated, it truly helped our basically life out from the pandemic, right? And towards that, we must keep our body from the virus by the steps already mentioned. Okay, maybe that's enough from me, and thank you very much of your attention. I'm sorry if I have a mistake, and I hope so. After this presentation, you get better understanding about coronavirus, and hopefully it's useful for us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.